Man, I'm not gonna even lie to you. I actually really like this movie, man. I think what really pulled me in the movie was like, at the start of the movie where you hear like the Michael Jackson song, and I was just like, okay then, all right then, all right then. Literally from there, I was literally just pulled in just like that, and I was literally locked in throughout the entire movie. I really feel like the nephew of Michael Jackson did a great job at portraying Michael Jackson. Like he honestly felt like he was actually Michael Jackson. The way he sounds, the way he talks in the movie, he honestly like portrays a Michael Jackson, at least the Michael Jackson I've seen in like like interviews and stuff like that. But regarding Michael Jackson though, I haven't really seen like most of his like interviews or really, delve deep into his career in it. So yeah, I'm basing this based off, the things I kind of knew from him. So I'm not really like an expert when it comes to like his history and stuff. And oh my days, the guy who portrayed his dad in this movie was amazing. This guy made you want to like just punch the guy in the face. He was such a convincing like scumbag. You can honestly believe this was actually his dad. I know of this actor as well. He's been in a lot of movies. I feel like he's really starting to like spring out there in terms of just having more exposure as an actor. Everything from his facial expressions, from just the way he, was just moving, and just the way he just looked like a scumbag. I feel like one of the key highlights in this like biopic was the acting. Is, in my opinion, the acting very top notch from like all the actors. Pretty much all the characters in this movie were like convincing. And regarding the Jackson 5, they were like, they were okay in the movie. Like I'd say that they were more so like in the background. They weren't like the primary stars in the movie. Like they didn't really have that much screen time. For what it's worth, based on the time they had, they did what they had to do. I feel like in this movie, the primary characters that you kind of typically focus on is obviously Michael and his dad, and also the relationship between, Michael and his mom. In this movie, it kind of starts from him being part of the Jackson 5 when he was a kid growing up, and how tough it was because he was kind of being forced into it by his dad. Apparently his dad was whooping him. Like I said, I don't know how accurate it is, but it just shows you him, growing up slowly over the years, being more independent, and, eventually just like making like bangers from bangers after bangers after bangers from. I feel like what really surprised me is that I really honestly forgot how many like good songs he has. Like, it's crazy. It's one of them ones where when I went home, I was like, yeah man, I gotta listen to these, man. I gotta listen to these, man, because these are absolute classics in it. Generations and generations are gonna listen to it always. It was such an engaging movie for me. I felt like the movie was paced like very well. I feel like, it showed you more so like the highlight of his career. I didn't feel like it was dragging on. It was one of them ones where you just kind of want to get up and dance. So I'm like, but obviously I'm in the cinema, so I'm not gonna do that, of course. But kind of depressing though, a kind of depressing story though, because it's one of those situations where you can kind of see that even though he's getting a lot of like, fame, he's getting a lot of clout, people love him, at the same time you have like these like characters in the background that almost like just trying to get him, trying to just tear him down, especially his dad more so in it. And you're just watching Michael and you're just thinking like, damn, like this guy is actually like a one-man army, man. The one thing I've never understood yet about fans is that they get so cringy, in my opinion. If the way they were portrayed in the movie was exactly the way they were when, Michael was around, and the way they're acting, like it's kind of cringe to me. I feel like some of these fans just take it way too far, man. In the movie you had like all these like fans like passing out. I'm just like, what the hell, fam? Like, relax, calm down, composure. From what it showed you was that he had a close relationship with his family apart from his dad in it, and obviously like he had his pets and stuff. I think the monkey in the movie was like a CGI monkey. It wasn't the primary like focus. It was more so like background stuff, things you'd see in the background more so than being like the focus. I know the ratings were low in this movie. Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, when I see like these ratings and stuff like that, I don't really care. It's one of them situations where I'm just like, I'm just gonna watch it regardless. I feel like when you focus too much on like the ratings and stuff, it can kind of influence your decisions and make you probably not want to watch it. I definitely feel like you should watch and check out yourself and see what you think. After the end of the movie, they said that the story is going to continue. They're going to make it like a part 2 to this movie biopic. But anyways, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, comment down below, let me know if you watched this movie, if you hated it, if you liked it. In a bit, man.